Everybody out there in YouTube world today. I am back from vacation, all rested up and ready to learn. I was just telling Deanna that my YouTube channel needs love. And guess what? We have mastering YouTube tricks, hacks, and tips. I'm super excited. How you girls doing today, Deanna and Julie?
Good, good. Probably not as tired as you.
It's nuts. And it's even funny. I'm trying to turn off my phone and it's still making noise. So I guess we can just deal with that. Julie, did you miss me while I was gone?
Oh, so much.
Oh, good.
So much. We're gonna get so much done now. I can't wait.
All right, well, let's jump right into this. So if you don't know me and this is your first time on our webinar, my name is Mike Bjorkman, owner-broker of HomeSmart NCG in Santa Clarita, Westlake, and Northridge, California, all above Los Angeles. Been in the business since 1991, still running a team, and very much so involved in what you guys are involved in day to day in the real estate lovely world. Own several other businesses, property management, escrow, and a couple other things that are outside of the real estate industry, and that's how I know Deanna, our lovely co-founder and marketing director for Stark Social Media. That girl knows everything and anything. If it flies through an internet, over waves, or into your computer, she can help you with that. And then, of course, Julie, our career services manager here at HomeSmart, and that's just a really fancy way of saying that's the girl that hires you to work at the absolute best real estate company on the planet. Julie's part of these things. She helps us, and she's always involved because then she turns around and directs agents on training, where to get the training, because we do things that other brokerages can't or
Won't.
yay. All right, so
Yay.
that's us, and that's why we're on here. We'll go to our next slide, and we'll talk a little bit about the company. Julie, give it a 30-second commercial. Since we're doing
I
this
get
for free for the agents, we get to do that.
my quick shout out. So thank you so much for having me. I do love getting the opportunity to go over all the fun stuff at HomeSmart. We have the best compensation plan. We've got leads that we're throwing at agents if you want to join my team. We've got 100% commission and the best tools and technology and training. So if you are looking to catapult your business 3 times over, you join HomeSmart.
Absolutely, and you said something that I think should probably be pointed out. We do have an agent team that's company lead generated for agents out there, whether you're new in the business or been in the business 150 years. If you want us to provide the leads, the escrow coordination, the marketing coordination, definitely talk to Julie. It's still the best compensation plan in the industry, a 70-30 split, 70 to the agents, and that is really good. If you know anything about being on a real estate team, most of the time if you're given leads, it's a 50-50 split. So again, we're leaders in the industry. All right, enough about HomeSmart. Thank you, Julie. All right, moving right along, we have to talk about our Facebook groups. It's hard to believe that every week we do these, I still get questions. Where do we find the recordings of these? Every week live, I'm having to sit here and answer questions. These are the groups where you're going to find them. Stark and HomeSmart 10-week social media series is a Facebook group. You must join that, and that's where we post the recordings. Not only that, we post a lot of tips and tricks also on all other social media related training for real estate agents. And then the other important group down below you'll see is the HomeSmart Next Level Training Series. That's HomeSmart Next Level Training Series. We put a lot of good information on there, and you could really keep in touch what's going on with the market. We always have the latest and greatest to keep you agents kicking booty in our industry.
Well,
A
and
couple
Mike,
other
too,
things.
remember, you don't have to be a HomeSmart agent to be in those.
True. Yeah, that's absolutely right. We got well over 1,000 people in that group, and I would say, maybe 3/4 of them are HomeSmart, and the rest are agents from everywhere else. But they still want really good trainings, and they just haven't figured out why they should move yet. Here we go. All right. So the 2 podcasts that are the most important podcasts on the Apple Store today, period, bar none. No huffing and puffing about that. Real Estate Marketing Show. We're back. We're live. We probably put up another 10 episodes in the last couple months. Best real estate training. Julie and I get together every week, and we make sure you guys are staying up at the latest and greatest. Pretty much doesn't matter where you're at in the industry. If you watch those podcasts on the YouTube channel or listen to them on the Real Estate Marketing Show, you're going to learn. So I highly encourage you guys to subscribe to that podcast. And then, of course, Deanna and Stark Social have the Social Life podcast. I personally watch these, and I don't think there's a place anywhere that I've ever heard of that you can get better social media training and to understand the theory behind it and actually make a difference in your not only your personal life but your professional life with social media. So kudos to Deanna and Nate for putting that together for us. So between these two podcasts and what we're doing right now, you guys can knock it out of the park with your training and never even have to leave the comfort of your home. Now, the Stark Social mobile app, I'm going to say it again, this is another really good place to watch all these pre-recorded webinars and all the other good stuff, of course, that Stark Social has to offer. That's just a great app, and everybody should have that on their phone. Anytime you're on the treadmill or doing whatever it is you're doing, that's where you're going to learn a lot. So, Deanna, how is YouTube affecting real estate agents these days? Let's get right into this and knock it out of the park and have a good time.
Yeah, so I think in terms of real estate agents, if you don't have a YouTube channel set up yet, you're going to need to get one. You're going to need to get one. I have had several people who have asked me if they need one, should they have one, and my answer over the last few years is always yes. There's no reason not to because it's owned by the very famous and popular, very well-known Google machine. So since Google and YouTube are basically the top two search engines that exist in the world, you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of all of the SEO that's built into what that offers. So we do a lot of things with podcasts and trainings, and so that's what's on ours. But if you're an individual real estate agent or if you're a business owner, you want to take advantage of highlighting what you're doing, and it builds bridges with Google. It offers you extended search opportunities. So if you go into Google search at any point in time and you search a topic, you can actually search just videos. And that's one of the things that I think people don't realize is that when you're putting out these virtual tours or property updates or market updates or community videos, you could go down to the local HOA of your current farm and video all of the cool stuff that comes with the community. You're missing out on the additional search that comes along with identifying your channel with your name, identifying those linked addresses, and making sure that you're being found in places where people can see just exactly what your marketing has to offer. And I think that's what's really important, is making sure that people are seeing exactly how you're going to be marketing their property. So today what I want to do is I want to cover all of the things we've done. YouTube basics before, we've covered setting up the channel. So we have all those that are available from previous webinars that we've done. But I want to go into the things that I think that people miss, that they don't realize they can do with YouTube. So you're not completely constrained by not being able to afford having somebody come out and do drone photography, or not being able to afford a fancy videographer, or not being able to afford a really great photographer to come out and take sweet pictures of your listing. There's basically taking away all of the excuses, but this is one of the things that I wanted to make sure that everybody knows, is that when people land at your YouTube channel, you want to make sure that you have a video that is something that new visitors are going to see, and it's kind of like a trailer for a movie. It's a preview of who you are as an agent, or who you are as a business, who you are as a team of agents, and what you have to offer that sets you apart from everybody else. So I'll show you, we'll go into the YouTube channel and I'll show you how to set that up in just a minute, but I want to go through the basic stuff that we need to make sure that we need to cover. The other thing you want to make sure that you're doing with your YouTube channel, once you've got your for new visitors, you want to make sure that you also have new content that you're uploading that's for returning subscribers. And a lot of times what people will say is, well, I'm not uploading video as often as Mike is, or I'm not uploading video as often as HomeSmart is, or you guys are, so what do I do? Well, this goes back to making sure that you're downloading that Facebook Live content that I see a lot of you guys are making. I've seen a lot of people taking advantage of Facebook Live, and if you are taking advantage of Facebook Live, then you want to make sure that you're following that tip that we gave in the Facebook video webinar we did recently, and you're downloading that content and then you're uploading it to YouTube. And then making sure that it's available for your returning subscribers. So people will come back to see exactly what you've done recently. And there's statistics that Google put out that people will return to a favorite or a subscribed YouTube channel anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week to see what that channel has to offer that might be new. What Google has recently started doing is sending out emails whenever somebody uploads new content to a channel that you've subscribed to. So for example, I subscribe to a bunch of HomeSmart channels. Every time somebody uploads a video to their YouTube channel, I get an email that says, you've got new content from HomeSmart NCG, HomeSmart International, HomeSmart this, HomeSmart that. So you want to make sure that you're uploading your content, because you'll also get included in those really cool emails that YouTube sends out for people that are subscribing to your channel. Okay, so ways that you can use current content. So a couple people sent me emails after the last webinar and said, so I have content, I just don't know what to do with it. So a lot of times what I recommend people doing is sending out an email blast once a week to their email list. And in that email list, you can send out videos that start at a specific time. So let's say that you have a really cool listing that has a really great backyard. Okay, it's got a great backyard, amazing pool, cabana, outdoor grill, outdoor shower, you know, fire pit, the whole 9 yards. And you do a video of your property, and you want to send this out to everybody, but you've already sent it out and said, like, I have a new listing. So what you can do is you can actually select the time that you want the people to start viewing the video. So let's say you want it 10 seconds in, or a minute in, or 29 seconds in, and that's where it starts. You can decide where they start viewing the video. So you could send an email, or you could do a blast of it and say, you know, start viewing the amazing amenities that this home offers. I've set it up for you. It's all ready to go. Just click here to view the amazing pool and backyard. So you can send out videos that have specific types of content and start it at a certain time, so that you don't have to say what I've seen a lot of people doing in their emails, and not HomeSmart agents or realtors that I know, but marketers, where they say, oh, it starts at 1 minute 25, and then you're like, do I really have to do all that work to go to 1 minute 25 and then find the cool tip that you're offering me? So take advantage of that when you're sending out emails. And it doesn't even have to be a fancy email. But it can be, because HomeSmart agents get CRM and all kinds of cool stuff. But if you want to send it out in just a plain old Google email, you can say, hey, I realize you might be searching for yada yada type of property. Here's what I have currently available. So there's a lot of things you can do.
Can I interrupt you for a second there?
Totally.
I'm confused, and so is a couple other people. So if you put that start at the 10-second mark, is it going to be like that every time? Is that link specific?
That's link specific. So if you look at the end of this link here, it says equals 10s. So that's 10 seconds.
So if I wanted to market people that were boat owners and motorhome owners, and there was RV parking, and I could start it at the RV parking, and then I could go to people that like pools, or I can do different. Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
And then you can just uncheck this. So then when people come to your YouTube channel, it goes back to just being regular, starts at the regular time.
That's awesome. So now what you've done is everybody watching this says, I want to know what all those other buttons are to share in. Good one.
Yeah. No, don't stop looking at the other buttons. I should have looked at that. But you definitely want to make sure that you're sharing to at least Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Pinterest from here. The rest of these are all share networks, LinkedIn, that you can be a part of, but we want to make sure we've mastered all the majors first before we go into all the minors.
Crazy.
So definitely take advantage of that offering. It's something that YouTube has always offered, but nobody has really used it in a creative way. So now we're trying to find creative ways to use the timing of it. So that's link specific, absolutely.
That's so cool. When did that start?
So they've always had it, but people never took advantage of it. So it's one of the things, like if you go into, I did all the Google trainings, and when you go through the YouTube advertising training, it's one of their tips that they throw at you, like, did you know it could do this? And it's like, well, yeah, duh, of course I know it can do that. But then it's like, did you know that you should be doing this with it? And it's like, I did not know that. So.
All right, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's good information. So the other thing that you can do now is you can add subtitles for an extra set of SEO boost. So what this does is this allows you to either type in the subtitles. So if you want to listen to your video and type in subtitles or information that you think would be pertinent to anybody who's viewing your video. So the other thing I've seen people doing this besides just subtitles is typing in things like, great pool home, new information on this property, or property market updates, adding things on here that they think is good information that the user might see. The other thing that YouTube now offers is transcribing and settings so you can actually hire somebody who's a Google expert to transcribe your longer videos. If you don't have time to sit and do it, they can do it for you and then add it to your video. So that's really cool. I think the pricing varies on how long the video is, but it's definitely worth it, because we all know that when we then take our videos and we put them into other social media channels, when you have those subtitles, people will tend to watch those videos for a longer period of time. So if you're talking, if you're doing anything where you want people to know what you're saying, I definitely recommend adding subtitles.
So Deanna, so are you telling me, so I have to watch a video and maybe there's only a couple spots in that I want to put a subtitle in. So I watch the video, write down, okay, it's at 4 minutes, 30 seconds, then I go to subtitles, then I put that in and type it in?
Yeah, you can
If
do
I
that.
wanted them to say, hey, don't miss this amazing view. And
Right,
then that,
exactly.
so,
You,
and did you say that you could have somebody else do the transcription through Google?
Yeah, so with YouTube, like if you look down at the bottom of the screen grab, if you go down on the left side, it says transcribe and set timing options. So
Right.
you can actually, if you click on that from the subtitles and CC, it will give you options on hiring one of their Google people. So they have specific people that do it, that do closed circuit stuff and subtitles, and they will, closed caption, will do it for you, and then you
Can
can
you
pay them.
just pay for it through your Google AdWord account, or is it a separate
Yeah,
change?
you can pay for it through your Google AdWords account. So if you have a credit card on file with your Google AdWords, you can do it that way.
Huh. Now we know how our, what's her called, our, what do we, podcast girl, she's transcribing like the whole video, and I'm like, oh my God, that must take forever. Now I get it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that's big for me because I end up watching YouTube kind of in the morning when it's supposed to be quiet. So the transcription's huge. Those are the ones I do pay a lot more attention to.
Yeah, and then what I've noticed is that the videos that I do advertising for, that I put dollar values behind, the ones that have the transcription at the bottom where you can tell what somebody is saying, those end up getting much longer playtime than just a regular video that has no transcription on it, so no subtitles.
Cool.
Yeah. Organize your videos into playlists. So one of the things that I think a lot of people have missed the boat on, and we want to make sure that everybody's getting caught up, because I have had regular meetings over the last, it's so funny, like last 2 weeks I said we're doing YouTube, and all of a sudden people are like, can I get a consultation on my YouTube? So make sure that you're creating playlists, because what your playlist does is then it structures out your channel. So there's 4 or 5 different places, and I'll show you when we get through all of the things I want to talk about quick. We'll go run through where everything is on the YouTube channels. But what you can do here is, if you see on the top left-hand side of your screen, you can add new playlists from several different areas. So when you're uploading a video, once you've got it in there, you can add it to a playlist. When you've got all of your videos uploaded and they're featured on your channel, you can add them to a playlist. And what that does is that organizes all of your videos so that when somebody comes to subscribe to your channel, they can see what you have to offer. Here, this middle screenshot here shows us how we can add and change our playlists out. And I do this on a regular basis. I'll shift them up, I'll shift them down, I'll change the order. And what that does is it keeps it fresh for Google, and Google likes all that stuff. So anytime you see these little pencils around your YouTube channel, your Google Plus page, your Google AdWords page, that's something that you can edit and change. So I like to click and see where the new pencils show up because sometimes they change their locations. But then when on this right screenshot, what you can see is you can decide how your playlist is going to appear. You can do a single playlist in a vertical list. You can do it so that it's like thumbnails. You can see all of them. And then what you can do is you can actually drag and drop them at different places on your channel so that if you wanted to feature new listings at the top, you can feature it at the top, but let's say you don't have any listings at the time, you can move it down and put sold listings up at the top. You could do, if you have any community videos that you've done, any training videos that you've done, any webinars, we've talked about those in the past. You can mix it up and decide what you're gonna, where you're gonna put things, but then you can also make a playlist that says Facebook live videos or Facebook informational videos. And anytime you put Facebook with something, it gets good pings. So just make sure you're taking advantage of those Facebook live videos and adding them someplace on your channel. Don't forget to create your custom URL. In your account settings, it's in the overview area, and you just click on advanced, and then you can type in, you can claim your custom URL. If you're an individual agent, doesn't matter who your brokerage is, try and claim your name. That's my best tip for everybody. If you can get some version of your name, make sure that you do that. Try, avoid, and this is the conundrum I face with a bunch of people, try avoiding putting in your brokerage name because agents change brokerages. So if you're Keller Williams now and you're changing to HomeSmart, like some people I know, and they want to change their URL to HomeSmart, but they're stuck with, you know, Mr. Smith Keller Williams, you're stuck with Mr. Smith Keller Williams. So don't, make sure that you don't add that on there, because if you know you're changing to HomeSmart and you want to change your YouTube channel name or your YouTube custom URL, you have to submit it to YouTube, and it can take anywhere from 30 to 90 days to get it switched. Okay, so this is really cool. People had asked me about annotations. So here what you'll notice is on the top of this edit video section, we've got a bunch of different things we can do. So annotations is going away at the end of May. So if you've added annotations to any of your videos that you already have up, don't worry about it. They're not going anywhere. But the new thing that they're recommending that everybody do is use cards. So cards, basically what that does is that adds a linkable phrase or a linkable spot on your YouTube video that will allow you to link to another playlist, another channel, ask for donations, create a poll, or link to an approved website. So you want to definitely take advantage of adding cards. So like if you're talking about the property that you're doing a cool video tour about, and you're saying like, here's this and this and that, and I like this part of it, and it's, you know, you could do like click here now to schedule your showing, or schedule showings now, or you know, get in touch now, and you can link to something on your website. So make sure you're taking advantage of adding those cool little cards to your videos, because that ends up giving you extra SEO, but it also gives you something to grab the attention of the viewer. I like to throw these in anywhere between like the halfway mark. So if your video is like 2 minutes long, you can add it in at a minute. You can put it in at the end. You can put one in at the beginning. It doesn't matter where you put them, but just make sure you put at least one in there so you can test it out and see how it works. You can add end elements to your videos. So this is really cool. Over here where it says end screens and annotations, you can actually add a variety of different elements. So what you see on the right side is where I've added an end element, an element here that takes them to the playlist that has all of the social media quick tips. So you can do a bunch of different things with this, and I like this because what this does is a lot of people don't necessarily have the ability to do those cool end graphic design screens, like maybe you're kind of gun shy about doing it. You can do this with that. and then you're linking to a website, or you're linking to a playlist, or you're linking to get people to subscribe and attract more people to be stuck on your YouTube channel on a regular basis. Very, very cool stuff that they're adding. You can actually edit and add sound right in your YouTube channel. So a lot of people have said that they've tried, the questions that I got were, I've tried a bunch of different apps. Either I have to buy the music, or I don't like the music that's offered for free, or, you know, I had a copyright issue because I used a popular song and I don't know what to do. So if you look down here on the bottom right of this screen grab here, there's over 150,000 tracks available that you could add to your video. And one of the things that I'll show you is that you don't necessarily have to add video. You can actually do a really neat like collage of your images of a property. But you can add audio so that it's not just video or sound without sound, and that's where a lot of people were getting frustrated. Or I had somebody who I was working with that was working on their mobile device, and they were getting stuck because it was if I'm going to buy this, I bought the app already and it's $9.99, but then if I'm going to get the music, I have to pay another $3.99, and they got frustrated. So this is a great way. If you've already got the video, you can download it to your Drive, you can download it to your Dropbox, you can send it to yourself and save it to your desktop. And then what you can do is you can add music and other things, like you can actually edit your video and sound all over here. So once you've decided what you want your sound to be, you can actually try the YouTube editor. So you can auto fix and stabilize any issues you might have with shaking cameras if you did it on your iPhone. And then you can add cool stuff, like you can add crossfades and blurs and all kinds of neat little things that you can do. You can add letters and things over it. So if you want to do, like, you know, get in touch now with your phone number, you could do that. So there's really no excuse anymore of why you can't take video and improve it. The other thing is, I know a lot of people I had a few people who had bought iMovie when it was recently on sale for super cheap. And if you're just frustrated with it, this is an easy way to do what you wanted to do in iMovie, but you can do it right in YouTube. So that way it's easily accessible. You can cut it down, you can slow it down, you can speed it up. You can create a time-lapse video from here. There's all kinds of neat stuff that YouTube has added in this last quarter that you can start taking advantage of, and you don't have to be a professional video editor to make your videos look really cool. Yes, and this is the new thing that nobody realizes is there. Anytime that you go to upload a video, and I had somebody who asked me and they couldn't find it, you can actually just go click upload. And on the right side, when you click upload, there's a couple different options that you have, but the best one for agents who don't necessarily have somebody to come out and take really cool video, but maybe you paid a lot of money for those great pictures, or you took some pictures of your own, you can create a photo slideshow in YouTube and then add music to it, add text overlay to it. You can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can add crossfades and blurs and things like that that could make it look really, really super cool and professional. So there are no more excuses about not being able to use YouTube. So let's see where I'm at. Yes, the newest thing that Google has added, and most people don't realize that it's even there. It's called Google Trends. So you can Google Trends, and what it does is it opens up this visualizing Google data. You can search any keywords, you can search any search terms or companies or names or people and see how they're trending and what the results are over time. You can do the past 30 days, you can do the past few years, and you can see what regions they're popular in, where they're most booming, what kinds of related search terms there might be. And this will help you to develop your strategy for those tags and keywords and all of the stuff that you're putting into your YouTube channel. So write it down, don't go there yet, Google Trends, and then take a look and see what they have to offer. And then this is where we will finish and go over to the browser. But you can also set up ads to grow your audience. And the lesson is really easy to find. It's on the Creator Academy on YouTube, and I'll show you. Dun, dun, dun. I think I already have it open over here. So Creator Academy is free to use. There's a bunch of things that you can do with Creator Academy. You can learn a lot of different things from people who are trendsetters, from people who are influencers, and it's really, really easy to look at the different blogs, the different updates. I come here on a regular basis to check and see what is available and what's new and different. Setting up ads on YouTube is actually really easy, and it's pretty simple to figure out for yourself once you've watched some of the handy videos and gone through the lessons. And then you can actually take the course exam to make sure you know what you're doing. I've already done all this, and it's you have to set aside a little bit of time. So if you want to schedule yourself some time to go through each of the lessons and understand how each of the different ads works. If you're looking to do this and you're looking to grow and build your YouTube channel to the point where you're like a real estate YouTube star, it's definitely worth putting aside you know, an hour every so often to watch the video and then review the lessons. I recommend it for everybody, whether you want to be a super duper YouTube star or not. The other thing I recommend looking at is searching for what's popular on YouTube. It's a search that I have bookmarked, and what I do is I will look and see what is popular right now. So you might be saying, well, this has nothing to do with what I'm doing. There I don't see any real estate ads. I'm not interested in like political stuff. But why this is important is you can look and see what kinds of things people are doing with YouTube videos that you could emulate and use in your real estate market videos that you're putting together. So you can watch and see what kind of graphics, what kinds of intros, what kinds of cool things they're doing. But then you can also take a look and see what are they putting in their descriptions? What are they putting in the body of each of the videos that's making them so popular? And you can actually, what I recommend doing, just like with Facebook and Twitter, is look and see what's trending and then see if there's a way if you can take advantage of the trend and get yourself noticed by doing something cool. For example, when everybody was doing the ice bucket challenge, there were people who took advantage of the ice bucket challenge trend without actually even doing anything with the ice bucket challenge. So you can definitely take a look at what's popular and get some inspiration and see what kinds of things you can do that you might be able to copy or emulate. The other thing is to take a look at if there's any particular real estate stars that you really are like mentor type people online, and see what they're doing with YouTube and how you can copy that too. There's nothing wrong with, like I said, with Instagram, with Twitter. Look and see what other people are doing, and then there's no reason it's, you know, it's not a bad thing to copy those things. All right, so here we are at the Stark Social YouTube channel, and I wanted to show you guys a couple of different things because they were probably the most frustrating for everybody to figure out. So the new visitors and returning visitors. The hardest thing to do is nothing with your YouTube channel and then have somebody say like, oh, I was looking and I couldn't find anything. So what we've done is we've set up, this is what our channel looks like for new visitors. So anybody who hasn't been to it gets to see all of the videos. And then for returning subscribers, it's the same. The only thing that's different, the only thing that's different is this up here for returning subscribers. And what you do over here is take a look. So for returning subscribers, you can change what the featured content is. So what the featured content is whatever you decide it to be. If it's your recent uploads, if it's a specific playlist that you have, you can always change what people see when they come back. So for us, because we have so much content that we add every week, we always like it to be our our most recent content that we've uploaded. So that's what we want it to be there. Cancel. For new visitors, you can change this out, and it's called a trailer. So you can either keep a trailer or remove a trailer, but you can have the trailer be any of your videos. So if you have something specific that you want to highlight, let's say you have a new property. Let's say you just did a really cool video about a community or a community event, something that you're doing with a nonprofit organization. You can upload that video and you can put it as your trailer, so it's the first thing new people will see. Or let's say you're a part of a really cool brokerage like HomeSmart that has all these really well-produced videos. You can actually take the URL of whatever the video is and put it down here, and it will save it and then add it as your trailer. So if you have no trailer of your own, or you're getting ready to get your trailer done, but you need something as a placeholder, you can actually add videos from other channels right there. So I definitely recommend making sure that you have these two things set up, because it sets the structure for your channel.
How cool. If you're, Deanna, if you're a new agent and you just got a new listing, how your buyer or your seller goes to your YouTube page and they see their property as your trailer, I just think that would be amazing.
Yeah, and I encourage agents that I work with to do that. Once you've added it, I would say, hey, I'm really excited about, you know, your property is now active in the MLS.
Wow.
It's featured on all these different places, plus it's here and here and here on my social media, including my YouTube channel, and we're going to do advertising on Facebook and YouTube to make sure that people see your property. So there's a lot of different ways that you can advertise using YouTube, and it's just impressive when you're sending that to a seller and saying, hey, you know, here's what I've done with all the cool marketing stuff that we're doing for your home. And the same thing with if you have, you know, if you have people that you want to share it with, let's say you have a bunch of agents who have buyer needs, you can take the link of your YouTube channel and say like, hey, you guys should check out all the stuff that's on my YouTube channel. And then you're just increasing visibility, which is everything we want to do with our marketing.
That's big.
So down here, you'll notice all the different playlists. Well, it's really, really easy to structure a playlist. What you can do is you can always create playlists, so anything that you've created, a single playlist, a saved one, multiple playlists, or posted playlists. I always like to do a single one because then I can feature all of the content that's in the one playlist. But then we can decide how we want it to look. Do you want it to be a horizontal row, so it's scrollable this way? Or do you want it to be a vertical list, which means that it goes like this? And I like doing it like this because it looks like there's way more content. So let's say you only have 6 videos or you only have 4 videos. It'll make it look like there's a lot more there in the vertical list. So I like to do that. If you don't have a playlist, let's say you're just building your YouTube channel, but you're a part of, like, HomeSmart has all these really cool buyer and seller videos and information about all the cool marketing tools and things that are available. You can actually get those playlists and you can add them as your own until you have stuff. So this is a great way for people who are HomeSmart agents, or your brokerage might offer that as well, to build up their YouTube channel before they actually have content of their own. So make sure that you have those playlists in line. That's super, super important. If you don't have any playlists, one of the things that I like to do on all the channels that I help manage or set up is you can always add videos from other channels if you don't have one of your own. So if you don't yet have other stuff, you can, maybe you've made an appearance on a local TV show, maybe you've made an appearance at a nonprofit event or something like that. You can always take those and like them and then add them as a playlist. So there's no excuse for no content. Okay, so
does that help their search engine also? Does that help their SEO? And does that get them more audience members?
Absolutely, definitely, yeah, for sure. Oops, let's pause that. Yeah, so what you're doing is you're taking advantage of, let's say you were on, like I've been on SCB Today here locally a couple times. I will utilize what they put out there, because that then piggybacks on all the popularity that they have. So if you've been on a local TV show, or you've been featured on a podcast, or you've been you know, a visitor at a brokerage talking about your services, or you know, anything that you've been, and there's a video associated with it, if you can't share it from their YouTube channel, see if you can get the clip from it and then add it to your YouTube channel. But then when you upload that video, you want to write as much as you possibly can about what it is. Google likes to see all kinds of cool stuff. They also want you to link, so put links in there, because what that does is, this is called backlinking. So backlinking to other existing content means that it's, when it crawls your video on YouTube and it crawls your website or wherever it is you have all your cool information about you and what you offer, then it associates you with it, and you start to get that SEO up and up and up and up. So make sure you're writing good descriptions about what you're doing. Add cool checklists or information that is in good, solid content that people can then take advantage of. And then all you have to do is just copy and paste these links. There's nothing fancy to do about it. There's no like fancy, like, how do I do it? Is there a tool? Is there some sort of software I need? There's nothing needed. You just copy and paste the link into the description of your video. Let's see. Let's go over here. All right, so we'll take a look at some editing things that we can do. All right, so this is what the back end of your YouTube video looks like once you go to information. So one of the things I definitely recommend is making sure you have a good thumbnail. Make sure you have a thumbnail here that will show up and it will look good. If you don't have a good thumbnail from your video, because for whatever reason it's not picking a good image, you can always select a custom thumbnail. So a custom thumbnail means you can upload pictures that you've created. Maybe you've done something on Canva, or you have something cool that you got from the HomeSmart marketing tool shop that they have. That's really cool. If you have anything like that, you can upload it and change this so that it looks really neat. The other thing you want to make sure, besides your description, is you want to make sure that you've got all of these tags put in here. So this goes back to what we talked about keyword research and knowing what's trending. Know your market, and these are basically the same as like hashtags, right? So I gave you guys in a previous webinar the listings of good hashtags, good search terms that people get really excited about. So you want to make sure that you're doing something that relates to your community, the area that you're in. You want to make sure that you're highlighting easily searchable topics that people will be looking for. And then you also want to be looking for other things that might be important as well. So web design, award-winning, things like that. So real estate, new real estate listing Los Angeles, LA real estate listing, Santa Clarita home, anything that might be something that somebody might be searching for on the Google machine, you want to make sure that you take advantage of that. Let's see. I'll show you guys on the back end what the enhancements look like. It's really cool. So here we go to enhancements, and this opens up, very loud, sorry about that, guys. So this opens up our whole thing where we can auto fix. So we can auto fix lighting and color. So let's say you took a video of our property and it's a little bit dark in certain areas. Well, what it will do is it will auto fix, and it will be able to see an original and then a preview of what it would look like. You can do the same thing with stabilization. You can do fill lighting and contrast. So just like when you edit a picture on, let's say, like Canva or Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop or any of those, you can adjust all these things like you would also like Instagram when you're redoing filters and things like that. You can slow it. You can actually cut the video. So if there's something you want to cut out that you don't like, you can get rid of it. You can also add different filters. Always have everything autoplay. And then different kinds of blurring effects. This is the new video editor that they've added, and it's not like widely available, so people don't tend to be able to find it. But what you can do is you can actually, from here, add different music, You can add all your different cool transitions, and then you can also do text and things over it, banners and center faded things. For people who have previously played with iMovie, this is very, very similar to those types of things in which you can see in iMovie. And I had somebody who sent me something and they were like, I added all this stuff and I don't know where I should have put it. So this, I think, is a lot easier for a novice to master than any of the iMovie or Microsoft Movie or whatever it is that's out there that you can do.
Well, and with iMovie, I always get caught up in the downloading to YouTube, or like the upload part,
Yeah,
the side part, getting it kind of, I guess, sent around once you complete a video. So this way, if you're doing it from YouTube, it feels like it's going to share the best, and it's going to be
right.
the easiest to work with.
And so they know exactly what kind of sizing that you want and all that stuff. So it makes a lot of sense to do it that way. And then this is your elements. So you can create a link to a website. So if you haven't yet associated a website with your YouTube channel, you want to do that. You can link directly to your associated site in your settings. So in your advanced settings, this is what will open up. So anytime you see something that you can't do, just click on the little highlighted blue links to see where you need to go to do that. So this will help you associate your channel with your website. So if you have a website that you have Google Analytics or Google AdWords or anything that's on there that you need to make sure that you're doing, you've got it all linked together. This is all under your channel, like your advanced settings and account information. So it's down here under advanced on the left side under your Creator Studio channel settings. And so under here you can link your AdWords account. You can allow your channel to appear in other channels' recommendations. You can display the number of people who have subscribed to your channel. I do have people who turn that off until they've got a certain number of subscribers. But this is where I've already got a website associated with this channel. But you would put it in here. You put in, copy and paste the URL for your website. And then what it does is it walks you through the steps. It's super, super easy to do. And I definitely recommend it so that you can take advantage of adding all these kinds of cool things. If you don't yet have it linked, and sometimes it can take a few days for the link for the whole thing to get approved, what I just recommend is utilizing the ability to get people to subscribe to your channel. You want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that, because what we want to do is create that revolving sales funnel of where everybody is sticking with your social media and they're making sure that they're subscribing to it. You want to make sure that you're growing the numbers and that you're driving traffic to the best places for people to constantly have good information about you. So you can actually edit these elements. You can change them. You can decide where you want them to go. So let's say you have this over here and then you want to add another element. Let's say you want to create, you want to add a video playlist. So your most recent upload, and then what it does is that throws it in there. So if you didn't have an end screen for your thing, so if we didn't have this to end and it was just blank, you can add all these different things here, and then it would show all this on playback. So I really, really like doing this for clients who are just getting started and building their YouTube presence, because it makes life so much easier. Let's see. What else did I want to show in real life? Where is my keynote? Okay. Ah, yes. Let's go back over here. Okay. One of the things that you want to make sure in your video manager, so when you're uploading your videos, a lot of times I have people who will get in touch with me and say, I uploaded my video and everybody can see it, but I'm not done with it yet. So when you're uploading a video, and I'll just do this as a sample. So let's say I've got, let's see, I had a video and now it's gone. Where'd my video go? All right, well, I had a video, now it's gone. Let's say you're uploading a video. Let's go back, and I will go back over here.
We have instructional videos usually. Do you have a handout on this one too? Because I feel like I would need step by step.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least in the beginning.
I will show. Okay, so I can show you this over here. So one of the things you want to make sure is when you've got your when you're editing a video before you go public. So this is where the setting is, and this was, I think I had like 5 or 6 people who asked me, where is it and how do I change it? So once you've uploaded a video, or even before you've saved the changes or finished uploading it, you can decide whether it's public, unlisted, or private. And what I tend to do before I have done anything with it is just make sure that it's at least unlisted. You can always keep it private till you're ready for it to be everywhere, but at least keep it unlisted so it's not being sent out to Google. If it's private, that means no one can see it. So if you've uploaded a video and you want to share that with a bunch of people and they can't see it, it's because it's private. So the other thing is, right from here, you can add this video to as many playlists as you want. It doesn't have to just be on one playlist. And why this is important is, let's say you only have 5 or 6 videos on your YouTube channel, you can add this video to multiple places. And what this does is it beefs up your playlists, so then it looks like you have more videos than you already have. So you can take this link right here, and it's the same link that's available everywhere else. So this is a good link for you to use. I had somebody who asked if that was just specifically for YouTube or if that was for something else. This is something that you can take and you can copy and paste it. And when you go into your browser and you paste that URL, it's going to open up the featured content. So we'll pause it so it doesn't get started. So it is the same URL that's down here for the share. If you want to share your video, let's say you want to put it on a blog post, or you want to have it featured someplace where it needs to be embedded. If somebody asks for your iframe or your embed code, that's what this is right here. So you would just copy and paste that. Now, if they want it to be a specific size, you can actually change the sizes here. So that's really important to remember. I had somebody who said they had a video that a blog wanted to feature, but they couldn't figure out how to get that done. So this is how you do it without having to give access to people who maybe you're only working with them for a couple of things, or you're not sure if you're going to be working with them again in the future. So this is a great way to do that. So you can actually make it bigger or smaller. You can change the settings here. So if you don't want videos to be suggested when it finishes, you can turn that off. You can show player controls or leave them on, and then show video titles or play actions. So you can decide exactly what you want to do there. The other share option is you can actually directly email a video to someone right from your YouTube channel. And I know that a couple people had asked if this was something that I recommend. And I think if you have a specific person you want to send it to, not only does it send your video straight to that person, but it also will increase your views. So if let's say I wanted to send this to myself, I just type in my email, and then you can type in an optional message. And this is great. Let's say you have a tour that's uploaded to your YouTube channel and you want to share it to a group. So let's say you're a HomeSmart agent and you're a part of the HomeSmart email group, and you want to send that to every single HomeSmart agent here in the HomeSmart NCG family. You can just put that email right in there and send it to all of the agents in your group. If you're a part of other groups or other email lists that you want to send that to, you can do that from here. And then that way what you're doing, I know HomeSmart has over hundreds of agents. You can send it to all those agents, and then hopefully they look at it, and then you've got all those views. You can add an optional message, which you could say, just listed, new on the market, check this out, please share with your friends and neighbors. Now I know there's the difference between the branded and the unbranded tour. So what you could do is you could upload that branded tour to your visible YouTube channel, and then you could do the branded tour and have that be an unlisted video that you don't feature on any of the playlists, but maybe you send it directly to those agents from your YouTube channel rather than copy and pasting the link and putting it in an email and sending it to a bunch of people. So this is a great way to drive traffic, again, to your YouTube channel. So take advantage of that if you absolutely can. And what it'll do is it just sends that email directly into the inbox. And I love it. I love to send it to people, especially when people ask in the Stark and Home Smart Facebook group if I have this training or that training. I just say, you know, message me your email, and then I send it to them straight from the YouTube channel. Super easy.
That's why my face lit up, because I didn't realize that increased our views. I constantly am sending videos from here, so through the email. I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
Julie knows. Julie knows that she did
these trainings. I always get so much out of them.
So you guys, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me, message me on Facebook, post them in one of the Facebook groups. We definitely answer any questions that come up, so don't hesitate to get in touch if you
go back to that screen. I want to take a picture because I love that shot. That one is perfect. I love your graphics and your music too. It does get stuck in the head.
We love that. All right, so I think I answered all the questions privately. Wait, we got a couple that I missed. Will the embed code work in Gmails?
So the embed code is more for like websites and blogs. The embed code would work in like if you're sending it from an email provider like a MailChimp or Constant Contact, that's what you would use it for. So it embeds the video and keeps it perfectly sized. In Gmail, unfortunately, I don't think they have the fancy sophistication yet that it actually works the way it's supposed to.
What about BombBomb?
Yeah, totally. I think you can use it with BombBomb.
Are we still having the Facebook YouTube dual where it's better to upload the video directly?
Yeah, I tend to do both for both just because Facebook, you know, Facebook is such a pain in the butt about anything that's Google.
Right.
So anything that's super important, like if you have, I share it both ways. So I'll share the YouTube link to Facebook, but then I'll also upload the video. Just to get the most bang for my buck out of whatever I've got going on with it.
All right. And then I guess the other thing that I would recommend then is if you're going to use the editors and use the cards and use all the cool stuff that's not a link, there's no reason why not to use the YouTube extractor, extract that, save it to your desktop, and then re-upload it to Facebook. Then you don't have to worry about that. At least you get the you know, all the video editing bonuses of that sort of stuff. And then, God, we keep getting questions. I tried to answer all of them. Let me read through these real quick. Here's a good one from Dave. Any thoughts on YouTube Live? Is that open to the public?
Oh my gosh. So YouTube Live, I like it. I've used it a couple times. My beef with it is that it's not as like once you're recording, and then I had to search for where to end my video. So Facebook made it super easy to use, and YouTube had done it originally when they were basing it off of like Google Hangouts, but I think it's a little bit more rigid in terms of what you can do with it once it's done.
Cool. You're awesome. So, all right, any other questions, direct them to Deanna at starksocial.com. You guys, please, I always ask you guys at the end of these webinars, please publicly thank Deanna through social media. Her two favorite ones are right there, Twitter at starksocial and her facebook.com/starksocial. Please, please thank her publicly. This is how she gets business. She can help you guys if you guys wanted to hire her. To teach you more or handle your YouTube channel, all that good stuff. And we probably have, I don't know, at least 20 agents that are not currently with our office yet. Julie's contact information right there, Julie at homesmartncg.com. She is waiting, ready. How do you say the Time Life operators are standing by? Give her a call and she will hire the holy crud out of you right now, because this is where you should be. Obviously, we have our new $3,600 cap. Also, what are we doing in 2 weeks from now?
So 2 weeks from now, I had a bunch of people who had questions about Pinterest. So we will do a little bit of Pinterest, but we're also going to do what's new with Facebook because there's a lot of new things that just launched. So we'll do Pinterest advertising because I know you guys all know how to pin. Like everybody pins like crazy.
But
What's
Pinterest video, right? Because
yes.
I'm watching those.
Yes. So Pinterest, what's new? We'll do Pinterest advertising and video, and then before we're done, I'll do a what's new with Facebook, because there's a lot of new stuff.
Very, 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 very cool. Okay, you guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us. Reach out to me if you need me. Just Google Mike Bjorkman. All my information's everywhere. We'll see you in the next couple of weeks. Bye. Thank you.